question here, let's take it back to yesterday.
I got a phone call, like, cause I'd seen like tweeting and that we're having Don't Flop were having like a restructuring meeting about the future plans and stuff, and I think they had 18-hour meeting over 2 days in London, like 2 9-hour meetings discussing all aspects of the company and stuff like that. And you know, it's obviously weird because some of the big events they put together since then, like, and I got a phone call from Ben Legg saying like, do you want to come back to Don't Flop? And I thought it was a wind-up at first, because I had tweeted that day, taking the piss, like, yeah, while he's having that meeting, see if I can come back, like, and I got the phone call and I thought it was a wind-up, and he said, no, we've all had a good discussion and we're going to do a Liverpool event, and, you know, we can't really do a Liverpool event without yourself on it, so I was made up with that. And then he said, like, do you want to battle O'Shea as the headline act? And I was like, yeah, of course, it'd be amazing. Then they phoned him, he wasn't up for that battle, and I was thinking, shit, probably not going to let me back now, because I thought at first they only wanted me back for that clash that everyone wants to see. And then they said, no, literally we'll get you another opponent and that. So, you know, I was made up, spoke to a few people, different opponents, and then, like, just out of the blue, he got in touch with me himself and was like, yo, I know you've got your return at Don't Flop in May for Liverpool, but you want to do the April Fool's event? And I was like, what is it like? Because all these ideas they have, and he said mirror match. And I just thought straight away it'd be a good, really good, like, way to address the certain issues and, you know, trying to be funny about it as well. And I didn't have to worry about what anyone was going to say, except myself. You know, it was self-contained, it was controlled, and I think that was probably a good way to come back. So that's pretty much what happened and what it led to. Questions been asked loads, like, and I've kind of addressed it in a comical manner with the way I did my return battle yesterday, the mirror match. There's not too much I can go into or say. There's several things it could be. Generally just my attitude towards certain people in the staff and minor fallouts that got blown out of proportion, and it's just one thing led to another. There is no big secret that's being hidden. I don't think anyone can really remember what happened. I just fell out with a couple of the staff members and that's about it. There isn't anything major that needs to be said or addressed, and I'm just glad to be back, man. I just want to say a shout out to Ben Leggs. The way they've done Don't Flop now, there's more staff members in it. I think that's why it's got a lot bigger, because I think everyone's pulled together from different parts of the country, and Ben Leggs is from my neck of the woods, and I think it's him who really pushed to try and get me back in. So I think if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't have got back in there. But yesterday was good, like, you know, the first time back there to see everyone after so much time, and it was like a welcoming return and that, so.
Yeah, depression raised its ugly head again.
I'm over it, man. You know, I'm a different person. I'm a positive role model, if anything. Like, I've turned around, like, a lot of ways that I was. And, you know, like, I worked as a youth worker for a while after that, and then now I work, you know, doing mental health support work and stuff like that. So it's a change around. But yesterday, as I was battling myself, I was kind of like picking the most negative parts of my life that maybe aren't relevant now, but previously, like, you know, I was talking about the old me in certain parts, and, you know, some things are still true. I still go out, get bevy and act like a divvy and feel like an idiot the next day and that, and so, you know, but everything I said was real. People was like, is that true, and like, everything I said was true. I probably did go in a bit too deep on myself, to be fair, because I think it was a bit awkward for some people watching it. Like, some girl actually come over to you and listen halfway through, I was just going to come and give you a hug. I was like, you probably should have done, we could have called it time there, like. But nah, like, obviously it's well documented in the music, like the struggle with general things, like just having a mental head and that, and, you know, drug problems in the past and that, and I put, like, my music's dead self-deprecating as well, so, you know, I talk harshly on myself in that, so it wasn't that much different from how I write anyway, to be honest. Like, I like taking the piss out of myself. I think you need to, otherwise your ego gets too big. If you can't knock yourself down, you just can't be an artist, I don't think.
Drinking breakfast beers, let me be.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hold a grudge for a couple of years without actually knocking someone out, you're a faggot, and I'm not a faggot. I haven't got a grudge, and I'm not that arse, like, and respect to him, you know, whatever went on between us. I, like, basically, if you don't know the story, what happened was there was a freestyle battle, drunken, 2-on-2. he said something about Hillsborough and tried to make a joke out of it, and I was like, you fucking prick, during the battle, and I flipped it. It was just battle bars. And then then he said something about Rhys Jones as well, do you know what I mean? Like, why say that? You're not offending me, you're offending a whole city and grieving families and shit like that. But that was just in a freestyle battle. He's young, you know, we were drunk, you know, shit can come out, and it wasn't that big of an issue. And I went for fucking Nando's with him after the battle. It wasn't like there was any major beef after it, but it was when the battle come out online, a little shit freestyle, he probably shouldn't have even put it up in the long run, and he defended what he'd said. Yeah, so that like led to some Facebook beef, and I put some status up like saying I'll wrap them up in copies of the Sun newspaper and set them alight and that, and like fucking like half of fucking Liverpool on Facebook got behind me and that, and everyone's like, oh, I'll fucking knock him out. And then he got like obviously on the defensive, and it just led to some arguing. He's like, well, fucking battle me again one-on-one. And at the time, like, I knew he was good, but at the time, like, I think he was like 0-3. He'd never won. He was getting like a little bit of hate for having a more Americanized style and stuff, but you could see he had potential. And I just said, no, I don't want to battle him. And it weren't because like I just didn't want to battle him. It was like I thought this will get out of hand. I was trying to dead it, and he kept saying he wanted to battle me, which fair, he had every right to want to battle me. You know, it was a good opportunity for him at the time. And it just ended up escalating. It was all Facebook beef, but I was getting pissed off with him, and it was to the stage where I was thinking, like, I know he's younger than me and I should be a bit more responsible, but I did lose my rag a few times, and you know, we argued on the phone and that, and I did act like a prick in a few, you know, I'm not even going to front, like I overreacted to some certain things. And then anyway, it got to the point where the battle was arranged, fucking grudge match, and never do a grudge match. If you're a battle rapper, don't do it, because everyone who's got a grudge chokes. Like, there's never been a grudge match where someone hasn't fucked up, and it's not nice. Like, so I wish I had never done it, but we'd done it. He bodied me. I think it would have been closer if I'd have got my second round, because my second round was probably my best round. I fucked up in the third as well, but I still think he probably would have took it with his content. And then, you know, like I say, I think that, you know, we still have a bit of banter now, and we don't really talk to each other anyway. That rematch would have been good if it would have happened, because it would have been a different a setting at the jump off, you know, because I don't think he has got the likeability factor. I don't think he would have went down well there, but fair play to him. You know, I'm a washed up battle rapper who's not getting good opportunities, and he's worked his way up the ranks. It's millions of views, battled some of the top cats, been in some classics, and you know, he's battling fucking Charlie Clips and DNA, and you know, my next opponent's fucking Youth Oracle, and no, actually Pete Cashmore's my next opponent. So, you know, fair play to him, he's done well, hasn't he? Little fat prick.
Grow to the point I need a set of shears built.
I've been talking about this with people at the minute, because what is pissing me off at the minute is, I think the Don't Flops fan scene, they're quite new to battling, and they love it, and that's good, and it's pushed the scene further, brilliant. But they look down on the jump off. Now that pisses me off, because they're saying, oh, but the crowd boo. The crowd's been booing battle rappers for 20 odd years, mate. That's what it's about. And yeah, people have got bars and that, which is good. If you're a good writer and a good rapper, that's sound, that's where you need to be, don't flop. But I don't think you should look down on the other side of it. Like the events I put on, the crowd are worse than the jump off. They're ruthless. If you fuck up or do anything, they're gonna tell you that you're shit. And that's a good sign. So yeah, I know these are amazing, like 3-minute long rounds of well-crafted lyrics that they do and all these things now, and that is brilliant. It's a test of lyricism, so I can't compete with that to an extent, but there's a lot of them people who do that, who are smashing that, who couldn't make the transition. And I don't know what it is about me. I think it's just because I don't really look like I should be up there in the first place. They're like, fucking stays of him, where's he come from? I've got the different accents, I don't take myself seriously, and I just wanted to have a laugh, and people can tell I've gone there to party and I'm not that arsed about winning or losing, so I think that translates well. With most of the battles I did in the jump off, I was awful, and people just kind of liked me anyway. I didn't get booed in any round of any battle the whole time I was there, and I was crap. And like, I think the same with Dots. He was brilliant at freestyle, and the all he was just a different level, like, and the crowd really took to him. So when I went up against Dots, it was like, no, we've already made our minds that we like Dots more. And even though he is better at freestyle, or that he won the battle, the crowd were always on his side as well. And I think that plays a big part. But people shouldn't look down on it for that, because they should be like, well, that is just as much a part of battling. You know, you've got to be funny, you've got to be able to control the crowd. You can have all the bars in the world, but if you've got no life swag or personality, then fuck off home and start writing, and don't go in public. You know, just stay at home and write your bars and don't go out. That's the way I look at it. Like, you shouldn't be getting on the stage and that if you've got no swag.
The brick wall around me, people close and get.
I prefer the written battles because, you know, as much as I like the just how random the freestyle battles can be, I am a lyricist and I like to test myself and prove myself, so I'd like to know what I'm doing, write it, learn it. It's a lot more pressure and nerve-wracking. I find the freestyle battles probably more enjoyable because although I enjoy the outcome of most of these battles that you prepare for months for, I still get nervous and I still feel pressure and I'm just worried. Like ever since that show with Unanymous, all I've ever done is worry. Am I going to forget my bars? Am I going to fluff it? Am I going to fuck up? Am I going to get bodied? That pisses me off and it is pressure, but in the long run, when you see what you've done in certain rounds, you're like, oh, that scheme was sick and you made up with yourself, that's when it's worth it. So I'll always prefer the written battles and the written format and I want to compete with the top people with that. But I still love to go out, have 10 pints, get on the stage and call someone's mum a slag as well. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. I'll do both happily. I'd much rather just be out and randomly be put on the spot, have a freestyle battle, and if it's shit, it's shit. If it's good, you know, you've got to be able to do both. I think it tests you, it pushes you on both sides. But if I had to make a choice, I'd do written battles like you know, every couple of months and just keep going with that. But I'll always juggle both. Like, I'd never turn down a battle. I could be like just in a pub or anywhere and someone's like, do you want a little clash? Like, I'll do it. I battle my mates for fun. We go back and forth. I think it just improves your skills. But being able to do both is what people need to be able to do.
I try and assess the situation.
Judge battles. I think too many people are doing promo now. I think the whole fucking point of a battle is to see who is better. Now, I know like the fans decide, but the fans don't fucking decide. They spend the rest of their lives arguing over it, the same way they're all still arguing who's better, Tupac and Biggie. Make your fucking mind up and stick with it. Have judges and have quality judges. I think what Don't Flop have done recently with the, you know, judging after the event on video judging and getting good quality judges, I think, yeah, just keep doing that. That's nice. That I like that. They should do that with you know, the big battles that, you know, King of the Dot and URL did. All the big battles are promo and it's like two big names going against each other and yeah, they're putting on a good show. What's the fucking point if you don't get a winner at the end of it and you've just got one lot of fans saying he beat him, one lot of fans saying he beat him? I wouldn't want to do a promo battle myself. I'll do them now and again because some people say it's going to be promo. And I think if anything should be promo, it should be the lower class battles. But they're the ones who want to judge. It's the higher tier people who don't want to judge. And I think they're the ones, it should be the other way around. If I do a fucking little freestyle battle and it's shit, don't judge it. Do you know what I mean? But then you get these the best people in the world going up against each other, fucking spitting for like 25 minutes. And then at the end of it, nothing happens. And so yeah, definitely judge them. And you know, this new video judging is a great idea and it's shown how good some of the judges are and the way having other rappers being able to judge and break down people's styles and stuff. But then again, it is always personal preferences as well. I always struggle to judge, you know, on the bars versus jokes thing because, you know, I like bars and that, but I like laughing as well. Some people don't like laughing, I think, with this rap battling thing, and I think you've got it. It's a mixture of, you know, like comedy and skill. And I think if you can't juggle both, or if you get two complete opposites in the same battle, it is really tough to judge. But yeah, fuck promo battles, man. All of these big people just man up and get decisions made and maybe even change how much people are getting paid and that, because I know they're all getting paid. Maybe if they say, you know, we'll pay him a bit more if you get a win, they might want to not do it promo, so do it that way, but stop being faggots.
I can't just sit here wasting away.
No, there's battles I've had. Do you know, if there's ever been one that they've got it wrong, it wouldn't bug me because they've got it wrong in my favour. I think I've been in a few close battles that could have gone either way, and I've not got the decision, and I've been where I've thought I've probably lost, and I've got the decision, sorry, and then I've been in a few where I thought I might have just took it and I didn't, so I think it balances out. I think when I battled Seuss, at the time, I thought, fuck it, he's won, you know what I mean? But then after it, everyone was saying like, no, you won. And he got the win in that, and I was thinking, nah, he beat me. I felt as if he beat me. But everyone else was saying, nah, you got robbed. Now watching it back, it's not a robbery, it's very, very close, and there's a couple of rounds that could either way, and like, I think a lot of people have said I should have took it, but I don't feel like disheartened by not taking it, because at the time I felt like I lost, so it doesn't really bother me. But that could have gone either way. The Nishi one could have gone either way and probably should have went in his favour and I got it. The Nash one could have gone either way. The one with Boney recently could have gone either way, and he got it because of Sprungy. Fuck you, Sprungy. Sprungy's judging was Innuendo was a prick, so I'd give it to the other fella because he'd had a drink. Do you know what I mean? You can't be getting people to judge like that. And then we watched it back the next morning. He was like, "You fucking bodied him." I went, "Well, why didn't you fucking say that? You'd sit." So there's that one possibly. The DK one that I battled DK in the jump off, and then I battled DK again at Get Slated in South Shields. Now that at the time I was thinking, she's got that. I thought she beat me, like she had a lot more freestyles and flips and stuff. I had a minor stumble, and then I got like a 3-0 decision off the judges, and I was like, what the fuck? And I think
that was this, the DK, I mean the jump off for the Get Slated?
The Get Slated, the jump off, I'm fucking bodied, you love, do you know what I mean? But in the, she's sound though, but the Get Slated one, yeah, at the time I felt a loss, like definition come over and said, "You fucking robbed there." I was like, sorry, I apologise for getting that win. Watching it back, it was actually closer than I thought, but I still think she probably should have took it. So I've never been pissed off with a decision ever, and I don't think I'd get pissed off. I don't think I'd be bothered unless there was like money on it, or I felt like a judge had voted. In fact, yeah, there is. I'm lying. I've just thought of something else. The 2-on-2 tournament they had ages ago was a one-day tournament. Me and O'Shea entered it, and we got a bye in the first round, won the quarters or semis or whatever it was. We were in the final against Chronicle and Pamphlet, and although all 4 of us were pretty shit, we defo should have won the battle, and they got the decision. And what annoyed me was because like they had Unanymous as a judge who I just had all of that shit with at the time, and like I'm not saying that's why he voted that way, but it could have been seen that way. But like the battles got like more dislikes than likes, and the top commenters, Innuendo and O'Shea, got fucking robbed with like hundreds of thumbs up, and there was money on that. That's the only reason I was a bit pissed off, because we should have won the 200 quid. But other than that, I don't give a fuck. Like if I get robbed, I get robbed. I'm not bothered. That's part and parcel of the game, and the winning and losing isn't important. I always think as long as I come out of a battle not looking a prick, I've won. That's the only thing I care about. Like,
I need to find a line of inspiration.
this one here, I think is a good performance. I'm not sure about the decision, like at the time I was made up.
Who are you facing?
This is me versus Nishi. This is in Manchester, like, I don't even work in years, I work in stone, that's about 3 stone ago that. I don't know how long ago, it's ages ago, I think that was a good performance, but I was a bit shaky in parts. I had hair as well back then, I don't know why I've got my hood up, I should have took advantage of having hair. I was shaky in parts, but I think, like, they even tagged that as, you know, sick rap battle, which they don't really do and stuff. That was a really good battle. I think watching it back, I think Nishi should have won that. I think one of my best performances is against Nash in Ireland, DFI. I think the first 2 rounds and that were really strong, fell off a bit in the third. I don't know if I could pick one battle to describe it, because I think a lot of my battles people really haven't seen, because there's not that many on Don't Flop anymore. They're all on like other little channels. I think my best performance, which is a weird one, me versus Boski at Barmageddon, which was like early last year, so about a year and a half ago, something like that. And I turned up hungover to death, like in a really bad state, and I thought my delivery was going to be off, and I was underprepared, and I just gave the most deadpan performance I've ever done. And I think that's where I learned that could be funnier, and I've started doing that a bit more. And I just spat 3 rounds of fat jokes. I mean, they were good fat jokes, so that was good. But even some of the jump off ones from last year, although I was shoddy and I was all over the place and I was drunk for half of them, and the rhymes were shit. But just to control the crowd like that, I think that sums me up more than the actual bars in some cases. Like the bit with Charlie Sloth last year when he starts singing You'll Never Walk Alone, and I said like I'm an Everton fan, and just to get the crowd going sick off certain bars, I think that sums me up. I can kind of just do one thing that'll change the old dynamic of the room in some cases. But I think if I was going to go off one battle that would describe me, I'd probably say either this one or the Nash one or the Boski one. But there's a new one recently as well, which you should check out. There's probably hardly anyone seen it. Just for the fact of what I do in the first round, like I do a full round about the fella's beard and his ex-beard, and I don't mention him once, and that shows how nasty I can be. So that's me versus Boney at DFI as well. But I don't know, man, I think you need to put them all, look, I had hair there and everything, man. You need to put them all together and you get a general description of what I'm about. But I don't know, maybe even that mirror match yesterday, because that's how I feel inside. Look at me, lad. Fucking hell. Only about 14 stone down. Keep up doing what you're doing, and don't listen to people like MA.
MA was never any good anyway. I mean, you might be, everyone likes you because you're judging and that, you were never that good. We lost Anthony, Jamie, Maddie and Reese. Gangs have increased, they're still not as bad as the police. I'm like, sorry, officer, what on earth, honest to God, I swear, there's not...
Pissed off about that 200 quid, I just remember that. It was Chronicles events as well, the fucking cheating bastard.